So now it's time for wire preparation. This is the harness that goes to the steering wheel controls. And for my vehicle, I looked it up on Axxess.com, the website, and got the specifics for my vehicle. So the directions here is saying connect the black wire of the steering wheel control to the chassis ground, of course, which here is the black wire. What I normally use are these splice connectors to connect to the ground. And I'll just take one, put it on, and pinch this one closed. And that way when I splice into my ground, I can just quick disconnect it whenever I want to. The next is to connect the red wire, which is here, to the 12-volt accessory. For all you don't know, the 12-volt accessory is when the car cuts on and off. That's when power leads to it, and it has to be 12 volt. So you need to make sure you can access that as well. I'll do the same thing here using my connectors. And then the pink wire of pin 7 of the vehicle, and it gives you a description of pin 7. Here, I'll show you. On the back of the car harness, pin 7 is there, pin 8 is right there. So that's how I'm getting the instructions there. But I'm not yet ready to go to that step, and since I love my car audio so much, I'm going to put an inline fuse between the power here. And now I have an inline fuse. So, like I said, just in case anything goes wrong, and then there's a low fuse there, that's a 2. Now, you have to get a 68 ohm, quarter watt, 5% tolerance resistor between the pink and the blue-pink wires. And so there are some remaining wires that you have to hook up to the ground chassis in my case. They are the white green, green orange, gray red, black green, and gray blue wire. Not sure why they just didn't have you tile all of it in, the same one. Kind of makes sense to me if you're going to plug the black into the ground chassis, but we'll go ahead and leave it separate for direction case. So what I'll do is I've spliced all these together. I'll take my soldering iron and warm these wires up a little bit. and I will drop some solder on there to make sure I got a good connection. So let's connect the other part. To here. And what I'll do is I'll strip this back quite a bit. About like that. And I'll form it around here. Kind of like that. Wrap it completely around. So I've completed the outside wiring of this harness, and that's connecting the resistor between the two wires. What I'll do is I'll fold these this way and run some tape around it to keep everything in place. So now we're back in the car, and we need the 16 pin harnessed with the green and blue wire, which is right here. And we'll be splicing into this wire here. So what I'll do is I'll cut this jacket up a little bit and splice it kind of up here, so I don't, so just in case something goes wrong, I'll have enough wire to replace this if I need to. Now, since I've plugged it up and turned the ignition switch on, the Axxess button is finding the program and it's programmed itself right here. So, and let's go over to the steering wheel and the volume button and see what we get. Looks like the up and down volume buttons work. How about the enter button? Turns on the mute. About the up and down buttons. Changes the station. How about the phone button? Let's try the phone button, see what that does. Nothing. Source. The source button. Changes it. And what other button? Now my radio or head unit has a SWC button, steering wheel control. that comes with this unit here, and it goes into the back right here on the Pioneer radios. So just consult your instruction manual, and basically this video was only to show the wiring aspect that I went through on my Nissan Altima. And again, you know, the pin is there, and you just kind of tap into that, tap into the grounds, and then you're good to go. So let's see if this thing is going to fire up. So it looks like everything works as it said it does. So looks like that's a successful install on the steering wheel control. So shoo, man. Got any questions, hit me up in the comments. Peace. Arches so high, it's like a blue on them. It's just a little fetish, make the mother jealous. If you was my main